Hello again, this is installment number 2, where we're going to talk about a book I started reading last week, Strength for the Weary by Dr. Derek Thomas. So installment 1, introduced the book, talked a little bit about it. So my goal again is to share some encouraging things that I read with you, and just a couple minutes as we go through this. So as I continue to read Dr. Thomas's book, got to a point where he talked about a book mentioned or written by J.B. Phillips. It's called Your God is Too Small. The idea here is if when we struggle, when we find times of tribulations, how are we thinking about our God? Are we having difficulties getting through because our view of God is too small? Because that which helps us get through these difficulties is God. It's because of who He is, what He is, because of His power over the world, because of who He is, His innate attributes is what helps drive us and get us through the difficulties we face. So we struggle in our trials and tribulations because the God in our head is smaller than the real God we serve. Dr. Thomas quotes Isaiah chapter 40, verse 28. Let me read that to you. It says, "Have you not known? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not faint or grow weary. His understanding is unsearchable." Again, this chapter 40 here begins this consolation, this encouragement for the people of Israel, and also an encouragement for us. Now, as he looks at this, we see in this passage, we're guaranteed God's promises and His encouragement because of who and what God is. Dr. Chalmers makes a comment to Isaiah saying, look at God, look at who He is. And he lists a few things. If we take a hard look at God, what will we see? The Lord is everlasting, He's eternal. He exists outside of time and space. He is above and outside any limiting dimensions. The Lord is omnipresent. He created the ends of the earth. No part is a mystery to Him. There are no boundaries in which He cannot pass. The Lord is omnipotent. He spoke the heavens and the earth and all that is in them into creation. It all came into being. As we read there, God does not tire or grow weary. His strength is infinite. The Lord is great. He says in verse 17 of Isaiah, "All the nations are as nothing before Him. They're counted to Him as less than nothing and emptiness." Everything in this world is but nothing compared to Him. We have no comparison to the Almighty. The difficulties we face, whether it be the COVID-19, which we're facing today, or for the Israelites, the people of Assyria, of Babylon, they're nothing compared to God. The Lord is wise. He's omniscient and knows. He is the founder of wisdom and knowledge. He has all wisdom and knowledge. He knows the wise thing. His ways are incomprehensible and sometimes unsearchable to us. His knowledge and understanding is so vast beyond what we know. The God we serve is a God who is good, who is loving, who's omnipresent, omnipotent, who's great, who's wise, who's eternal. Because we can trust in Him and His strength can help us get through the difficulties that we face. Now, Dr. Thomas makes a reference as he ends this chapter to C.S. Lewis's The Last Battle, a description of how we can be in two worlds at the same time. If you read it as a long quote, but I'll just mention this one line. Talking about the dwarves who are dealing with, or who are struggling to deal with the difficulties with what they're facing. They are finding displeasure where they are. The quote says, "The prison is only in their minds." It's because of their beliefs and what they want to be shackled to that they are finding their prison. The prison is in their minds. When we expand our boundaries, when we take God for who He is, we look at what God is and who He is, we are able to see that He is over anything else. He is vast beyond the difficulties and trials we're facing. It's great encouragement to know that we serve not a small God, not a tiny God, but a God who's vast and unmeasurable, unsearchable in His ways. That as we serve Him and as He cares for us, we know that we can be encouraged by this because He is vast and beyond anything we face in this world. So until next time, I want to leave you with those thoughts that we serve this great and mighty God who's vast beyond anything in this world, who's greater than anything in this world, and because of him and who he is, we can make do and make it through any trials and tribulations, any afflictions we face. Have a blessed day. Until next time.